That's a look. That's a fucking look.
Okay, more for you to edit.
No, I'm keeping all this in except for the boobs part.
Except for the boobs part.
The boobs.
You sound like a kid when they go boobs.
I almost ran over a kid.
What?
I didn't really run over him. So you know the intersection, the stop right before your house?
Right here.
The stop sign. Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah. Is it?
The kid came.
Was he on his bike?
Yeah,
Yeah, I almost hit him the other day too, little bastard.
He came cruising up, and he stops and goes, and I go. He goes, no. I'm like, no, you. And then
Just now, like 20 minutes ago.
Mike was like, just go. And I'm like, we're having a connection. He was like, don't have a connection with small children.
Was he like 8 years old? Was he like young?
Yeah, he was a baby. And I was like,
a baby
he
on a bicycle.
An actual baby from the womb riding a bicycle.
Oh my God. My neighbors are fucking weird.
But yeah, no, I was like, he was like, no.
Did you guys like stare into each other's eyes and have a moment?
And I was like, oh. He's like, oh. Like, Jesus. It was like 12 hours. We're like pointing at each other.
Yeah. I was wondering why you guys got here late.
No, it's fucking like midnight now because I'm still pointing at the guy. You.
Okay. All right. Focus. Oh, we don't need this book here.
Ah!
All right. Focus. How the fuck are you, Danielle?
Good. I'm keeping all that in. I hope you know.
That's fine. That's all right. Talking about running over a little kid.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's
I'm good. Welcome.
Drinking coffee today because I'm tired. Can't tell though.
Danielle gets wired after she sniffs coffee.
Yeah, coffee. I love coffee. It's so tasty.
Makes you shit your brains out though.
No, actually it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, I
Makes
think
everybody else shit their brains out.
Minus me.
It's like backwards for you.
It's my part of my bloodstream now.
Okay.
How are you?
Welcome. You asked me that like 5 minutes ago.
Well, I wanted to know.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
We're doing a podcast here, Danielle. We're not shooting the shit.
Well, maybe I wanted to.
What episode is this? 4?
I think this is
That's
is
3?
2. This is 2.
2?
Because this is September.
That's the first one.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
Danielle and I are not prepared.
This is
this
number
time.
4.
4. Boozed and Reviewed.
Yee.
Episode 4. How the heck are you? How you doing?
The heck are you?
I'm doing.
All right. So, Morgan, you want to introduce
We're doing so.
the alcohol?
We're doing
this
so
is gonna be
bad.
such a bad episode because Morgan and I are not prepared at all.
No, we're really not. This episode I got to choose, and I couldn't find anything that I like wanted to try, so I went out and I just looked for new flavors, and the new flavors that I found, I thought Danielle hadn't tried them, but you know what, she had like a little wiener.
I've only tried actually one, and I think it was the fruit punch one.
So this is called Kona Spiked Island Seltzer. I've never had it before. Danielle's only had one of the flavors.
Yes.
So we have the tropical pack, I believe. So this is starfruit lime, strawberry guava,
Tropical punch and passion fruit orange guava.
So we're going to do something different this time. We have 4 glasses, and we're going to try all of them.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the thing.
ASMR. I can't grab it. Oh, fuck. I can't grab it.
Technical difficulties on the ASMR.
Ooh.
Does it smell good?
No.
Oh, no.
I don't like this. I don't really like lime things.
My turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that one doesn't smell great. First.
That one smells good.
First
this one smells good.
Oh, sorry.
I just kissed my finger. Asked you to smell it, not make out
okay.
with my finger. All right. Oh yeah, do yours.
My fingernails aren't long enough.
I know that's what I was struggling with the first time.
Oh, that smells like Hawaiian punch.
Ooh. That really does.
Yeah, it smells just
All
like
right.
Hawaiian punch.
So we're gonna try every single one of them. I just want to pour a little bit, and then you can like actually sip on whichever one you want.
Okay, this is the orange guava.
Oh yeah. I actually didn't pay attention. Oh boy. This one's the strawberry guava. This one's the lime.
Okay, this is tropical punch.
Okay. So which one do you want to try first?
Well, I tried tropical punch already.
Okay, so I'll try tropical punch, and then you try. I want you to try the lime because I want to know how it tastes. Cheers. I don't
This
like
one's
that.
not bad.
I don't like it.
Wait, let me try it again.
Did you sip off of this side? Okay.
Let it be known we do not have COVID or any diseases. Oh, this is starting bad for Morgan. I don't mind them.
Okay, but to be fair, these are very seltzery. I don't like very seltzery.
Yeah, you don't like seltzery things.
All right, so strawberry guava and the passion fruit.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to like this one. But
Do you want to try the strawberry first?
no, that's fine.
Okay, cheers me. Thank you.
Okay, you're trying the strawberry. I'm trying the guava.
You're trying passion fruit.
Orange, passion fruit, orange guava. Actually, this is not bad. I actually like this one the best.
I'm not going to like this one.
You don't like that one?
No, I don't like
I
them.
like this one the best.
I was so excited about these.
I don't like this one.
Okay, so let it be known, if you like very seltzery things, that's the reason why I don't like them. There's more seltzer than taste. I need to have more taste than seltzer because like the truly iced teas are really, really good because there's no seltzer really.
Yeah.
But then these ones are just all seltzer. Oh,
Yeah, they're very seltzery.
Which one is your favorite?
I think it's like the orange one.
The one that you said you would.
Yeah, the one I was like, I'm not gonna like this one.
I feel like if I had to choose, I do like the strawberry guava has the most taste for me. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it's very seltzery is just, I mean, I'll keep sipping on it, but I'll be making faces the entire time.
Like,
ready? Here we go.
Did you hear the hard breath that came out of her mouth? Well, good news is Morgan's gonna have to drink these. Actually, Josh
and Mike can have them. They're here.
Yeah.
Bless you.
It's a perf.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll sip on them again, but
I was gonna say the lime in the passion fruit are probably my favorite.
wonder if they'd be better with ice and like watered down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because it's really just the seltzer. Mm-hmm. The seltzer part that I don't like.
It's so bubbly.
Yeah.
It is very bubbly.
The flavors are like pretty interesting though. Strawberry guava, starfruit lime. Is starfruit a fruit? Mm-hmm. Have you had it before? Mm-hmm. Is it good? Mm-hmm. What does it look like?
A star? No, I'm dead serious. It looks like
I don't think I've ever had it before.
I can't. It was a long time ago because I had it in high school when my my coach, one of my coaches for volleyball, was from Hawaii, and he bought me one from a Wegmans because I'm like, I really want to try one. So he got me one, and I tried it. It was, I don't remember what it tasted like, but it was tasty. It was really good. It kind of like it had the texture of, not the texture, but like it kind of reminded me of an apple a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I liked it. It was good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never had it before. I thought you were fucking with me.
No, you can get them at Wegmans.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if they necessarily like super flavor packed.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I know that there's some fruits that I haven't tried that literally just taste like water.
Yeah. I don't think it's very flavorful. I think it's just a very mild flavored fruit.
Okay.
Yeah. So out of 5, what would you rate this?
Like a 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2 too.
Wow.
2. Just because
they weren't really that.
Because like last month, our freaking wine was so good.
I know our wine, and I really prefer these, or I'm sorry, the high noons over these.
Yeah, they're less bubbly. Anything that's super bubbly is gonna make my stomach like bubbly. Yeah, and I don't like that. So, but all right, well,
I guess.
Truth's out. Don't get this.
If you like extra seltzer, like, because I know most of the seltzers that were like White Claw, this reminds me of a White Claw.
Yeah, it's very similar to a White Claw.
So if you like White Claw, you'd probably like these.
Yeah, there's not as much flavor though.
Yeah, I don't think White Claw has a lot of flavor to me. That's just my opinion. Yeah. I don't really like White Claws.
White Claws, I feel like, I don't know. These are nice for. I think they're nice for outside, and they're much more summery and they're light.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I could get down with them like outside in front of a campfire or just chilling.
Okay, that's
So,
fair, but
yeah.
still a 2.
2. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay. Do you want to show everybody what your lovely mother did for us?
Okay, you guys. So I'm sure everybody's seen the Books shirts on Etsy and Book Instagram, but I was like, my mom's such a creative person, and it has a cricket, and I was like, Mom, can you make these for me and Morgan for a podcast? And
I almost just.
yeah, Books. Yes, we got matching t-shirts.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama.
Shout out to
My mama.
Bridget.
So yeah, we got special shirts for Halloween. Yee!
Yeah.
So cute, right?
Feels weird pushing my boobs out
Yeah,
like that.
hello, this is my titties.
Hello.
Yeah, so thanks, Mom. Yay.
Thanks-
Aren't they so
thanks,
cute?
Danielle's mom.
I was worried that Morgan was going to be drawn off from this glitter.
No, it's actually not that bad. It doesn't like rub off.
Yeah, no, it's because the thing that for the cricket, it's like just a piece of paper, and it's not like.
Oh, it's not like actual glitter.
Yeah,
it's like
no,
glitter
it's
paper.
just
Yeah.
glitter paper. Yeah.
Oh, these are really
Pretty
nice.
freaking nice.
Shout out to Danielle's mom.
Yeah, Mama. Woo.
What did you read this month, Danielle?
I read a lot this month.
Yeah, you did.
I powered through spooky books this month. So I read, I'm bringing in some books that I read last month too, just like
After the podcast.
yeah, just
That's me too.
because we recorded early last month.
Yep.
So I read, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwabb, and then I read Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, The Shadows by Alex North, The X-Hex by Aaron Sterling, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and then I just finished on Friday, Finlay Donovan Knocks Him Out, which is an ARC, and I'm so excited about it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Which one? Can you tell me about Into the Drowning Deep? Because I've seen it all over Book Instagram, but I don't know what it's about.
So I'm in a book club with a few of my Book Instagram buddies, and that's our choice. Shout out to Kelly for picking out that book. It's pretty much just to give like a quick synopsis, no spoilers. It's pretty much about the ship. This girl, her sister goes on a voyage with a company, and they're like a documentary company, and it's kind of super nerdy, sci-fi-ish. So they came up with a documentary series about like chasing after like mythical creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And they did Bigfoot, all those things, right? So then her sister goes on this voyage to hunt for mermaids, and her sister and everybody on the ship, including the ship, go missing, and they can't find them. They don't hear from them, and so they think that, and there's footage of like people getting like murdered and stuff, and they think people don't know what happened, so they think it's either visual effects from the company, or it's that everyone got actually murdered by mermaids and they're real. So they send out another voyage, and her sister, protagonist, goes on this voyage, and there's a bunch of different characters, and they go out and stuff happens, and it's really good. It's pretty much I'm not gonna say much more, but it's really, really good.
Okay.
It's a really thick book. It's about 400 pages, a little bit more, but I powered through the book. It was so good. I was like, I need to know what happens. Like, this is crazy. And like, there's like one part that happens, and I'm not gonna say what it is, that I was just like, this is so cheesy. Like, why? So, but other than that, I liked the book. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And I'm like super excited to talk to other girls about it, just because I want to see what they thought, and like have a lot of opinions about certain things. So,
okay.
And an interesting thing, this isn't giving any spoilers away, but sign language is a big part of this book. And like, it's not very much of a spoiler, but like, there's these 2 scientists that go on, and they're deaf, so they only communicate in sign language, and they find out like that sign language is a really big deal, like dealing with this situation that they're in, and it's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I've never like read anything with sign language that like heavy in a book, which I really enjoyed, so that was pretty cool. And then
what do you think your favorite book of those, not including the book
we're reading?
Yeah.
I loved Home Before Dark. That was so good.
Told you.
It's so good. That's like, I haven't read Locked Every Door and the last time.
I lied.
Yeah. I'm going to read them, but out of the 3 I've read, that one's my favorite.
Home Before Dark?
Yeah.
Doesn't it give you spooky vibes?
So good. Yeah, it's perfect for October and Halloween.
Yeah.
It's literally perfect. It's literally, I wrote my review yesterday and I was like, what do you think of when you think of Halloween? Or like spooky?
Like a haunted house.
Literally a haunted house. And like, this is literally the perfect book. And he does so good when he does twists and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I was reading and I was texting you when I was reading and I was like, no way. Oh, I texted you. I'm like, this is what's going to happen. And then, no way she did this. And then, oh, I was right about this. And then whatever. So
yeah,
it's really, really good.
So that was your favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite. And then I just want to talk about Finlay Donovan Knocks Him Dead really quick because I freaking love. Okay, I'm obsessed with this book.
There's going to be no spoilers because she just gave me the first book. So you can hang around if you want to read this. Yeah, I'm literally not because it's an ARC. For those who don't know, ARC is an advanced reader copy. So I signed up for NetGalley and you literally request.
Yeah, you request new books that aren't coming out until either like a few months or next year. So this is the sequel to Finlay Donovan is Killing It. And I love that book. I love it so much. I literally bought a copy for myself yesterday.
And she handed it right over to me as soon as she got here.
Here you go.
Maybe I'll read that next. Honestly, I really want to read it.
It's really good. It's funny. It's like hijinks, things happen. It's funny and it's cute, but it's like a mystery at the same time. So it's really, really good. And then, so this is the second one and it's just as good as the first one. And I was just like, I need to read this. So I finished it yesterday. I gave it a 4. There's some reason why I gave it not a 4 and not a 5, but whatever. It's fine. It's really good. I would suggest if you read Finlay Donovan is Killing It, pre-order the second one because you're going to want to read it ASAP because it's really, really good.
Now, this isn't a spoil because I need to read it, so no spoilers. But did the first book end on like a cliffhanger so that way the second book would like pick up? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's gonna be even more for people who are like, I finished that one. What's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It ends on a really crazy cliffhanger. No spoiler.
Yeah. When does the second book come out? Do you know?
February 2022.
So soon.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. You can pre-order it. So she's on her Instagram, Elle Cosmino. Definitely said her last name wrong. Sorry, but on her Instagram handle, she has a link to her link tree, and she has signed copies, personalized signed copies for that too.
Are you gonna buy that too?
I want to. I asked my mom for Christmas, so she said that's a good idea. I think she'll get it. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that because I love this book so much. And in my review, I wrote, I'm gonna tag you, and I said I got this. I got my own personal copy because I love it so much, and to force onto my unsuspecting friends and family. And I'm gonna put "Looking at You" books more.
I'll read it next, so we can talk about it more on the next.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting the months mixed up. We're in October, going into November.
So we'll be uploading.
This is November.
1st. Yeah.
This one is November 1st.
Yep.
But then the next one is going to be.
1st.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We're good. We're good.
So it gets confusing because we were on the 1st, but we're really
we're recording and it's October right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets confusing because it's like the month, whatever.
Yeah.
But so I really liked all the books that I've read this month. They were all really good. It's just because like I'm in the spooky mood and like they're all. I think horror books really keep me on edge just because like what the frick, or like oh my god, I'm scared. Like your anxiety heightens a lot, and I think that's why I just powered through so many books this month. And it helped. I read X-Hex, and that's like a cute romance, and it like was just like a cozy book in between, and I loved it.
What was your least favorite if you had to choose, not including our book?
So I have a hot take, and I've already posted about it, but I think Darker Shade of Magic, just because I don't know what it is, but V. Schwabb, also Victoria Schwabb, I think her name is. She wrote
Addie LaRue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like her writing style. There's something about her writing style I just don't like, and I can't put a hand on it. It's just she's
interesting.
I don't know if she's just too descriptive, and it just takes a long time for her to get through like describing every little detail of what's happening and like character, setting, and all that stuff. And I think it's just like I'm like, okay, let's get to the point. Like,
okay.
I liked the book though. I liked the whole idea of the story of A Darker Shade of Magic, and it's like a series. I'm gonna finish the series because I like the story. I like it a lot, and I like what's happening, but I don't like her writing style. It's just hard to.
That's difficult when you like the series and then you don't like the writing. But I think, isn't this the one that we talked about and you were like, I need to get the next book? And I was like, well, you didn't hate it that much if you want to see like it bothers you, but you're still gonna, it's not like you read the book and you're like, I hated the reading style. I don't even care what happens next.
Yeah, you're right. It's just that like, I know, and I want to give this girl, like this writer, a chance because like I read her first, because she has a YA series. That I read her first one, and I again hated it. I didn't like it. I'm like, it was just like meh. So I'm giving this one a shot, and I'm gonna finish the series because I really like it, but I have a feeling I'm gonna be just like meh at the end of it, just because of the whole writing and everything. But,
okay, well, you're still gonna read it though,
for sure. I almost got it at Barnes and Noble yesterday, and Mike's mom was like, didn't you say you didn't like that one? And I was like, you're right. I put it back.
And then you got Finlay Donovan just to give away.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I want it. I'm going to reread that. I'm going to 100% reread that book because I love it so much. So yeah.
That's fair.
But anyway, I've been talking too much.
That's okay. You read a lot of books. I'm proud of you.
There's a lot of good ones that I read too. And like, I feel like I'm catching up like on really good ones like Home Before Dark, and then like Darker Shade of Magic. I feel like the fantasy side of Bookstagram have been reading it, like a lot of stuff like that. And then Shadows, that's been out for a while, so I'm like feeling like I'm catching up. I've had that on my book of the month for a while, I've been like, I think I've been sitting on it because I wanted to read it for Halloween.
That's fair though. Yeah, I mean, spooky books you have to read now.
Yeah,
you have to read in October.
Time. Yeah, so
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so good books all this month. I love October solely for the horror books
and movies and Hocus Pocus. Don't lie. How many times do you think you've watched Hocus Pocus?
3 times.
That's it? Really?
Yeah, just 3. Mike, I watched, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Side note real quick. Mike, Hocus Pocus was on last night and I was like, I've watched this too much. And I was like scrolling through channels and Mean Girls just started. And Mike and he watched it for the first time last night and he was laughing. And I'm like, yes, I've done something right.
He's like, anything but Hocus Pocus, please.
So it literally started and it was like, it's a really funny movie. It's like super girly, but it's hilarious because it's got mad boy jokes in it.
What?
Mean Girls.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hocus Pocus.
No,
I was like, what?
No, Mean Girls.
Yeah, I love Mean Girls.
Fun. I was like, yes, he's laughing at this. I'm happy.
Good.
Anyway, back to books. So sorry. I wanted to say
That's okay. You're fine. So I also read a lot this month.
Woohoo!
I wrote them down about 10 minutes ago, and I have my Goodreads up because I didn't write down the authors.
We did not plan at all. Like I wrote down.
Yeah, we usually have like 3 pages that we're flipping through. It's a sheet of paper.
Yeah, that I wrote on from a last podcast.
From the first podcast. Don't lie. You printed out the frickin' first podcast.
Everything's fine.
It's okay. So I'm actually gonna do this from here. So the first. Again, I'm doing what you're doing between the last podcast and now. So some of these are from September and into October. So I read The Other Family by Wendy, Corsi, Staub. That was an ARC as well that I got from NetGalley. That was pretty good. I gave it a 4. It was a little all over the place at times. And there were parts, and this is not a spoiler. I don't know if you wanted to read this. You've probably never heard of it. It's this right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So there's just parts of the book where we're getting the narrator's perspective. And she continuously in her head sings Pop Goes the Weasel. So like there's just like she's
just like all over the place.
She's got her own issues. We find out like what her issues are obviously in the book. But there are times when like someone says mulberry bush. And then she just starts singing it in her head. And it gets stuck in my head while I'm reading it. And I was like, God damn it. Here we go. And then I'll like stop reading. And then I'm walking around the house and like all around the mirror. But
no.
So that was like one of the things that I didn't like. That's not why I didn't give it a 5. But it was just like not
as
mind-blowing enough for me to give it a 5. But it was still good. I would recommend it. I also read Arsenic and Adobo, which was so good.
I need to read that.
I've been sleeping on that book.
I know, me too.
And it's just so like, I just want to show you really quick.
That's fine.
In the beginning of the book, it has a glossary.
Oh.
Because they use these throughout the book. So like Lola is grandmother or grandfather. Instead of like explaining that to you in the book, they'll just say Lola. So you have this to refer to.
So nice.
And then so it's broken down by family, food.
Oh, that's so nice. I like that they did that.
And then in the back of the book. Sorry. Don't look. I don't think you're going to see anything. It's recipes.
Oh my gosh.
The recipes that they talked about
in the book,
that they talk about making and serving. They give the actual recipes.
That's so fun.
So I want to like, I grew up, I had a Filipino friend in high school and she would make me adobo all the time. And that was my favorite dish that she made. So then I got this for book of the month like a couple months ago. I don't remember what month this is from. I'm gonna set this down.
That's so surprising because I also got that book and we must have been like, we both really want that book because Morgan and I literally have the same book of the month and we text each other and like, okay, if you're gonna get this one, I'll get this one, and then we can switch. But we must have really both wanted that one so bad and we both got it.
I don't remember. I'd have to look back and see like what, I don't know if you can look back on your past orders of like when you got it.
I don't know, but yeah.
But it was more of like a cozy mystery.
Yeah.
And
that's why I got it.
I didn't, to be quite honest with you, I didn't know what a cozy mystery was until I read that book.
Oh,
because I see them in like Barnes and Noble, and they all look kind of like romance books. Like they're all kind of like light, and I don't know how to describe them, but you know what I'm talking about. So I just never bought them, and people are talking about them on Book Instagram, and I'm like, what the hell is a cozy mystery? Like, am I reading cozy mysteries? That's a question. Sometimes I feel tangent that if I ask stupid questions on Book Instagram, people are going to be like, wow, are you even a reader?
Oh,
like
God.
ARC. I had to look up the ROA random act of kindness.
Oh yeah.
When you give away books, like I had to look that up. People were like doing that, and I was like, what the fuck?
What does this sound? What does this sound like?
So anyway, it's a cozy mystery. It's more, I mean, she serves this gentleman in her grandma's restaurant, and then he dies, and then they test it, and there's arsenic in it. So arsenic and adobo. So it's all like the process, and it's also kind of how, like, I believe, because her and her family are Filipino, and the detective investigating, I believe, is white.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of has those aspects in it too, of like, well, I need to go and search all of your stuff, and she's like, no, you need like a warrant to do this. And then they get an attorney, like, I'm not giving any spoilers, but they get an attorney who is also of color, and he also kind of gets stonewalled by the detective a couple times. So it has those aspects in it too, which was great. And then it was just really good, and I went to review it, and it's a series.
Shut up.
It's a series. Look, it says
number
Tita
1.
Rosie's Kitchen Mystery #1, and then #2 comes out next year, I think.
Oh man.
Homicide and Hollow Hollow.
Oh my gosh.
February
so
22.
Cute. Oh shoot. So that means I'm gonna have to read that.
Yes.
I bet you Book of the Month puts that on.
100%.
Yeah.
I probably would get it. I'm not gonna say probably. I would get it. So that was just getting on my soapbox here for a second. Loved it.
Before we finish, when we are done with this, and before we go into all good. Hello. I'm gonna open
That's
this.
okay. Yep.
We're gonna talk about this before we go into this.
We're gonna talk about what? She's writing me a note. Secrets don't make friends, Danielle.
Well,
she's writing a long secret. Damn.
No.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk about that. Okay.
Real quick, just not like.
I can bring that up too. Okay. So
I want to
next
talk
book,
about that because I think we'll talk about it.
Okay. So the next book that I read was The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. I don't know if it's Jewell or Jewel. I say Jewell.
I have a serious FOMO because everybody's reading it and everybody's loving it.
I have it.
I can take that.
You can add that to the. I just gave her like 6 books to take home.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that one too.
But I gave her Verity, guys. She's gonna read Verity.
Yeah.
And you're gonna power through it.
Oh, for sure. I know.
And we'll talk about it in November.
I almost literally bought it yesterday because I was like, and then I was like, no, Morgan has it.
Yeah.
I almost bought this yesterday too. And I was
have that
again.
Morgan has
it.
Yeah, I finished it. It was a really quick read. The chapters are really quick, and I love because it's a thick daddy. You know, thick daddy syndrome.
We love thick daddy syndrome. Woo!
Anyway, so it's a thick book, and I was like, this is going to take me a long time. I'm going to start another book while I'm reading it. The chapters were so quick. I read it. Let me see. I read it in 3 days.
Yeah. Okay. So that Good.
And it kept me like, I think I had to read it at work too. Like it was during the work week, I think, that I started it. So I had to bring it to work and then read some but it's quick enough that if you bring it to work or like do it while you're doing other things, they're quick chapters.
Okay.
This was a book I think I was reading and I was like falling asleep because I was like ready for bed, not because it's boring. And I was like, no, one more chapter. I need to read one. Like it's just so good.
Yeah.
So good. I'm not going to tell you anything else about it because I just
really
need you
to
I need you to read it.
That's going to be something I read in. Literally, the books you gave me are going to be like part of my November reads.
Okay, so then we can talk about all of them. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So the other book, obviously, that I read was The Only Good Indians. We're going to talk about that later. And then I started reading Gerald's Game.
Morgan has hot takes about Stephen King.
I don't like Stephen King's writing. I don't like it.
Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't like it.
You can tell, and I know that people love Stephen King, and I am in no, like, he's just not for me.
Stephen King lovers, do not come for us.
No. Some of his books you can just tell were written by a man. And it's not, again, I'm not in any way talking shit, but like one of the things in Gerald's Game, this is not a spoiler.
No, it's not. Everybody knows that it happens. Go for it.
Well, it's not even that part.
Oh.
It's not even that part. So I saw the movie on Netflix first, and then I was like, oh, that movie shooketh. So I needed to read the book, and I just started reading it, and it was talking about like genitals. And instead of saying, I'm sorry, would you like me to... What would you like me to say, Danielle? Pee-pee? Grow up. Danielle's a 30-year-old child.
I'm not 30! Oh,
anyway, so I was talking about the female anatomy. Is that better? Okay, she's just going to go to sleep. It was talking about, and again, very sorry. It's going to, okay, get the fuck out of here. It was just very crude. Instead of saying, excuse me, I'm going to say the actual words here, Danielle. Instead of saying like vagina, they used the see you next Tuesday word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, hot take.
So like, but then when they were talking about the male anatomy, they would use like penis or dick.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like very talking about, you know,
the things.
I'm just trying to not like word for word quote it here because you're going to.
I hate anything that's like that. It makes me uncomfortable.
It would be different, I think, if they were using it both on the same like intensity.
Yeah.
If they were saying like penis and vagina instead of
just, see
you next Tuesday and the COCK, you know?
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say, though?
I know
okay.
exactly what you're saying. Yes.
It was just very crude, specifically about the women. And she also, if you've seen the movie, if you've read the book, she hallucinates. She's handcuffed to a bed with no water, no food for like days. She hallucinates, but she hallucinates talking to herself, like multiple versions of herself. But she names those multiple versions of herself different names. So like if you were talking to yourself and you're like, okay, Danielle, okay, Angela, right? Like, and I'm just like, who the hell are these people? And I'm trying to follow, and they're all talking like to each other. It's not like she's having a one-on-one conversation with one person and then they're all having a group conversation.
Oh boy.
So it was just very hard to follow for me. And they talked a lot about a very gory scene that I'm not gonna. Have you seen the movie? No. Okay. If you've seen the movie, I feel like you know what I'm talking about after he dies.
Oh, never mind.
What do you think it is? Okay. Yes. So
It's about dogs.
Yeah. So dogs and the dead man. You can figure that out. You can figure that out. So it was just very gory for me, and you could just tell it was written by a man. Long story short, I did not finish it. Josh went to go see Chris, and Chris loves Stephen King, and I was like, bring it to him. If he doesn't take it, don't bring it back. Leave it at his house. I don't want it.
You can figure it out.
Because I borrowed The Shining from him, too.
And also tried.
That one wasn't as bad as this one. in that same effect, but it was just it dragged on for me. So I couldn't get through that. And it was like he had one of the smaller versions, so not like a full size
version, so it's like thicker.
So it was thicker. Yeah, it was like 800 pages.
Was so tiny. Yeah, because that's the same one because I also tried to read the Shining too, and I literally was like, I did the same exact thing. I read a few. I got pretty in, like I'd say 200 pages into it, and I was like, I can't.
I don't think I got that far.
I can't. So I stopped. I was like, I cannot.
So with not being able to finish The Shining, I was like, I liked Gerald's Game. Let me try and read that book. And I don't even think, like, I think I was talking to you, and I started another book while I was reading that just to kind of keep reading. And then I would just be like, okay, I have to read 30 pages. And then I would open it and I would be like, are the 30 pages done yet?
Yeah.
And once I feel like that, I DNF'd it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, because I also had the same experience, because I would read it and be like, oh my God, this is so boring.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's just like has to set up the scene and it takes a while. And that's what, because the thrillers we read are like
fast paced.
Yeah. And it's like,
oh, I can't.
Yeah. They're just like, things happen and it's just like, oh my God, this happens, and like it keeps your attention.
And then slow
like
burn,
and then you're like reading The Shining and it's just like, hello, is this done yet?
Yeah,
it's a little boring, but I do like Stephen King. The Stephen Kings I did finish, I did like a lot,
and that's fine. Like Stephen King's writing style just is not for me, because I didn't like Gerald's Game because of the reasons that I stated.
That was published?
Gerald's Game? I can find out.
So I'm thinking, because the Stephen King's I've read and finished are the ones that have been published recently, and I
1992.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense, because I think the ones that are published more recently are more fast paced. So like I read The Institute and The Outsider, and I buddy read with Mike The Outsider, and I think that was also enjoyable because we could get to a part and then talk about it. And I think even though it's a bigger book, I think that also helps getting through it, but they were faster paced than like The Shining.
Yeah, maybe I'll try. I need to like take a break though.
If you do want to try Stephen King again, I suggest The Institute, and I will give that to you.
Okay.
So
I read one other book.
Sorry, we went on a Stephen King tangent.
I knew that was going to happen. I actually meant to talk about it last podcast about The Shining, but I don't think we really got into it.
I think you mentioned it, but then we just like...
Yeah, I had more hot takes for this one. So the last one that I read was also a book of the month a couple months ago. It was Not a Happy Family by Shari Lapena. And I went on this about... I went on about this on Bookstagram. I will read anything that Shari Lapena writes. Her books are so fast-paced that generally, if I have all day to read a book, I could finish her books in a day.
Because you're just like, I need to know what's happening.
Because they are so fast-paced. Yeah. Doesn't mean they're always good. And I feel like having that kind of relationship with like an author that you really like, I'll be honest, if her books aren't good. Like this one, I rated a 3. It was so fast paced. It was so whodunit, because I think it's 3 children. They all had reasons to not like their parents, and then their parents were murdered.
Oh.
And they're all very guilty in some way or the next. They all have reasons to point fingers and be like, well, I think he did it. I think she did it. I think whoever did it. And then, well, they're also inheriting a lot of money because their parents were like millionaires. So exactly. So whatever.
Suspect.
And this is not a spoiler because I just gave this book to you, I think.
You just put it in my bag.
The way that the killer was announced to the reader was very quick. It was very like, oh my gosh, who could have done it? These 3, 4, like, because there were other suspects too. These however many suspects were people of interest, and then you end a chapter, and then the next chapter it's this person's point of view, and it says this is the reason why I killed them.
Think you told me about
and
that,
I thought we were just getting, you know how sometimes books that give you the narrator from the killer will not tell you who the killer is, but give you the narration just to kind of be like, oh my God, who is it? She didn't do that. She literally was like, this is the reason why I killed them, and then went on to be like, said by like the person's name. And it was just so fast. Like it wasn't like this person brought into like the police station and the police were on to them and they were like, so did you do it? ... And then the next chapter, like it didn't lead in at all.
Oh, interesting. So it was just kind
So
of
I was just kind of like, okay, it wasn't this person then because it was so quick. And then it was.
oh, weird.
It's near the end of the book. So it's not like you're going to get halfway and then know who the killer is.
I see.
So it was like she had to wrap it up quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It was wrapped up a little too quickly.
Okay, I think I was thinking that sounds very familiar with one of the books that I read.
Do you remember what book it was?
No, I don't. I think it was a thriller. But yeah, I totally get what you mean. That's too fast. And it's like, well, this feels random.
Right. So I rated it a 3, not my favorite. If she writes a book tomorrow and releases it tomorrow, I'll still buy it.
Yeah, because she's your fave.
Her writing style is just so good. I don't know how to explain it. It's just very fast paced. She doesn't dwell on like little facts. She gives you the facts straight up and sometimes a little too straight up with like the killer and everything. But I don't know what it is. I love her writing style. I will read anything that she writes. And I believe she wrote this book in a year. She wrote it during the pandemic.
Fast. Yeah.
And it released this year, I think. Let me see.
Yeah, I think that was one of the most recent.
July 2021.
Yeah.
And it has a 3.8 on Goodreads. So like people are getting the same vibes as me as far as like I wasn't the only one to rate it a 3 and everybody was like raving or hated it kind of thing. So
interesting.
Those are the books that I read. And
I'm going to read at least 2 of the ones that you gave me. So we can talk about those more in depth next time.
Okay.
I also am reading, Morgan's also going to. We're reading Plain Bad Heroines next month.
Yep. For
a separate book club we're both in, so that's a big honker. So we're gonna try to get through as many as possible. But
I'm trying to find your.
So
here they are.
Now that we finished our books, we wanted to, since Book of the Month, the end of the year is coming up. Book of the Month always announces their top 5. Well, readers vote on it, but their top 5 books of the year.
Yep.
Voted by Book of the Month users.
Yes.
And personally, besides, you've read
all of them.
No, I haven't. Except for 2. I read 3 out of 5, and you've read 2 out of 5.
Yes.
I think 3 of them, 2 of them, should not even be on the list.
Hot take. I know one of them is People We Meet on Vacation.
Yeah, and The Lost Apothecary. I gave them both
People
3s.
raved about them though.
I know, but they weren't like anything near these 2. Okay, so basically, let's just say it out loud. So it was Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and then Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, Kristen Hanna, The Four Winds, and then Lost Apothecary by
Sarah Penner. Sorry.
So
I didn't mean to pull that away from your face.
I'm like,
nope, you can't say. Yeah.
So Morgan read Razorblade Tears and loved it. So I'm gonna read it too eventually, whatever. So I read Lost Apothecary, Malibu Rising, and People We Meet. So People We Meet, Lost Apothecary, no. They shouldn't even be on this list.
People raved about them though. I've seen so many people
absolutely love it.
Because I was surprised that you rated what did you rate Lost Apothecary?
3.
See, I saw a lot of people at least giving that a 4. People We Meet on Vacation, people were giving 5s.
I know. And
I'm not gonna read People We Meet on Vacation. So
okay, so I think I understand why people give it a 5 because it's a it's a good romance. Me being a person who likes thrillers and horrors and like mysteries more, it was a good feel-good book, right? Mm-hmm. I've read not very many romances in my life, and I've read way better romances than that. The main character who they fall in love and whatever, because it's pretty obvious that they're gonna fall in love. It's a best friend. They're best friends, and they don't. They're like, I don't know if I really like him. He's my best friend. I'm gonna ruin my friendship with him.
Is it a YA?
No,
that gives me YA vibes.
Yeah, I know. It's literally so they grew up together. They're adults now.
Sorry. I don't know if I want to.
It's obvious they're gonna fall in love at the end, and it's like. He's a nice guy. I like him. He's one of the book boyfriends that I would choose, I saw a
lot of that too. I don't know what his name is, but
his name's Alex, and he's like I don't know. It's just like I've read better romances. Like I thought One Last Stop was better than that, and I also thought like X-Hex was better than that. So like I don't know. There's just
I wonder.
I like her writing style, though. It was good because she wrote Beach Read, and people love Beach Read.
So I wonder if, because X-Hex was just one that came out last month.
Yeah, Aaron Sterling.
So we voted on these before that came out.
Oh, next year? Yeah.
So, I mean, it probably won't be on this year's.
Or
next year's.
A lot of people, I know
Do
a lot of people
what I'm
got,
saying?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I mean, I just don't think it deserves a spot. And same with Lost Apothecary. There's something about it that...
Is it a romance too?
No, it's a historical fiction.
Okay.
It's a historical fiction, but it needed something a little more. Like, it needed to go a little bit more either fantasy or a little more thriller murder mystery.
Okay.
There's something missing from it. That's why I'm like, why is that on here? Because it felt like there was something that just needed to be added. It was a good book. My mom really liked that book too. She just finished it and she really liked it. And I was like, did you feel like it needed something a little more? And she's like, no, I liked it a lot. And I think that's just because
maybe you're just a judgy person.
No. You'll know when we... But anyway, so in Malibu Rising, I voted for Malibu Rising because that book was so good. And Taylor Jenkins Reid,
I think I voted for Razorblade Tears because I knew people were going to vote in Malibu Rising.
Right.
I knew that was going to be one of them. And Razorblade Tears, Did
you vote on the finalists yet?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know which one you're picking.
Add to box.
Oh.
I don't know if I can vote. Can I?
Nope, I guess not.
Maybe I did vote and I forgot.
But anyway.
Who will take home Thursday?
I voted for Malibu Rising. I think that when I eventually do, because I literally got every single one of these books in my box.
Yeah, so you've got.
Yeah, I have all of them. So when I get to Razorblade Tears and Kristen Hanna's book, The Four Winds, I think that there's high potential that those could definitely be a book of the year. Because I mean, they're both. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Four Winds got a lot of good reviews. I haven't read that one personally
I haven't
yet.
either, but I haven't read any Kristen Hanna's because her books are thick.
Because she wrote Four Winds,
The Great Alone,
and The Nightingale.
Yeah, The Nightingale, The Great Alone. She's gotten a lot. She has a lot of books, and people love Kristen Hanna's writing. I want to start one eventually, but her books are so thick, and it's so daunting to pick up one.
And you got to read Plain Bad Heroines.
Yeah, and especially she's a historical fiction writer too, so it's like, I'm a little nervous to start it because it's so big, and sometimes when historical fictions are thicker,
they drag.
Yeah, they drag, and I'm like,
yeah.
So I just wanted to say that I think that People We Meet on Vacation and Lost Apothecary don't deserve their spots.
Oh, wow. Hot take Sunday.
If you agree with me, hit the like button, share, subscribe.
If you don't agree with her, still please like, subscribe, and share.
But yeah, no, I really think that, and I've seen a lot of people agree with me. They don't think that, maybe not People We Meet, but definitely Lost Apothecary.
Okay.
So yeah.
Maybe I'll read those two eventually.
I can grab Lost Apothecary from my mom. It's still at her house, but I'm going home 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
Yeah. So
interesting.
It won't take you long because it's pretty good. It's fast paced, but it needed something a little more
maybe I'll
genre the other day.
Oh, and we can talk about it on November's depending on when I finish it.
Okay. Cool.
So let's talk about The Only Good Indians. So let me shut up. Read the...
Shut up.
Actually, I think...
Just read the back. I feel like I think...
Is it the same as the Goodreads one? Because I can read the Goodreads one.
The Goodreads one, in my opinion, gives away a lot. Okay. So just read that.
Okay. So this is The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. So the back.
This is what we read together this month, and we're going to, again...
Spoilers.
If you have not read this and want to read it, do not listen to this part. Come back another time when you're done and then listen, because I'm telling you, we're going in. We're going to go in. And some of you...
Shut up.
Okay. Morgan's going to read the back. So yeah, if you haven't left yet, leave now.
1, 2, 3. Okay, they're gone.
Okay.
A tale of revenge, cultural identity, and the cost of breaking from tradition in this latest novel from the Jordan Peele of horror literature, Stephen Graham Jones. Seamlessly bending classic horror and a dramatic narrative with sharp social commentary, The Only Good Indians follows 4 American Indian men after a disturbing event from... a disturbing event from their youth puts them in a desperate struggle for their lives. Tracked by an entity bent on revenge, these childhood friends are helpless as the culture and traditions they left behind catch up to them in a violent, vengeful way. So, let me start by saying, Danielle, 1 to 5, what did you rate it?
Okay. I gave it a 3 because I'm way too fucking nice.
If you weren't too nice,
I give it a goddamn 2. This shit sucked. This shit sucked. It did. It freaking did. Don't you say that you don't agree?
I gave it a 2 as well.
Fucking so bad.
Let me just start by saying,
Okay.
reading the back of it and being compared to the Jordan Peele of horror, that is a high praise.
Wasn't scary
No.
at all.
I was expecting, did Home Before Dark make you a little scared?
So scared.
That
You were expecting scared.
I was expecting scared. People were reviewing this book
Like,
and saying how terrified they were.
of what?
A woman with a freaking elk head.
It wasn't scary at all. I don't know.
I didn't like it. We're not really doing great because we don't like our alcohol. We don't like our fucking book.
Yeah, what is happening? This is a bad month for us. But
Don't
yeah,
like
no.
Danielle.
Anyway, I literally, first off, there's so many things that...
Sorry, I really am trying because I need water, but it just...
There's a lot about this book that's awful. And I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why, Danielle.
First 100 pages, they kill a dog. You can't do that. If you want people to like your book, you can't do that.
Can we talk about first how confusing?
Oh yeah, that was gonna be my number 2.
So Danielle started this book like what a week before me, maybe.
Yeah.
And I read the first 2 or 3 pages, and I texted Danielle, and I was like, I have to reread because I'm just not following. So I like reread, and she was like, "Oh, interesting." Because again, we don't really talk about this book. We broke this rule for this book. Let me just say,
we broke it so hard
because Danielle texted me back and said, "Well, prepare for that to not change." I just had a hard time with the author setting the scene.
It was
It wasn't descriptive enough to set the scene. I don't think.
It was so confusing. I don't know what it was, but I'm not kidding. I literally finished this book. And I saw another girl finish it the same time as me. And I messaged her. I'm like, were you confused? Do you know what's going on? And she had to explain it to me because
she understood it, right?
Yeah.
So what did she say to you? Can you?
Basically, she said that it's pretty much that. And I told her what I thought it was. And then she pretty much confirmed that I was correct.
Oh, okay. So you were on the right track.
I knew what was happening, but I was like, do I know what's happening? Because there's something weird about the writing, and it's confusing as fuck.
So it was 4 men who left the reservation. No, they were hunting on the reservation, and then they left afterwards.
Not all of them. 2 of them still were on the reservation.
Okay, so 4 men altogether went hunting.
Yes.
And there was this rule where you could only hunt elk
and if they were not elders of the tribe. This is what I think it is.
Okay.
And you know what? Tell us if we're wrong, because we clearly don't
know what the hell is going on.
So there's a specific area where only elders of the tribe could hunt.
Correct.
Because I think it's like it's like a system of checks and balances for this tribe, right? So if you're younger, you have to hunt outside of the tribe because then you won't get as much meat. Because the elder come to this area where the elders can hunt first. They get first priority. And if you're younger, you're a certain age, whatever. You're not supposed to go in this area and hunt. These 4 men are like, fuck it. This is the last day of the season. We're going to go hunting and we're going to get freaking food because it's about to be in the winter. This is how it is. This is Danielle's late terms of how it happened. So they do. And what happens, Morgan? This is what happened.
I really want you to clip you flipping off the camera for the fucking the YouTube clip.
They're like,
please.
Fuck it. It's the last day of the season.
So they massacred these elk.
There's this huge big
That was horrifying to read.
It was bad.
That was
gory.
Yes, I should clarify. I set the book down and my stomach was turning. So I guess if you want to talk about
like gore, horror, that's where I think people are like, this is terrifying.
It was more so because he shot this elk.
A mother.
Yeah, well, I don't think he knew.
Right, he didn't know.
So he shot the elk like in the head, or in the spine first. And then she was like paralyzed with her back legs. And then he thought she was dead. And he went over to her. And then she got up and was like still trying to go. And she runs away. And he goes closer to her and shoots like through her skull.
Yeah.
And part of her skull came off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, okay, she's dead now. And she gets back up and she's still going. And I think at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, is when they like gutted her.
Yeah.
And then they found out that she had a
baby.
A calf.
Yeah, I think it's a calf. Yeah, they called it a calf.
Okay, an elk calf. She was pregnant. I'm saying calf.
Calf.
She was pregnant, so that's why she was fighting so hard. So the entire idea of the story was that this mother elk came back bent on revenge because I'm pretty sure they killed her young.
Mm-hmm, I think so, yeah.
So she was like, you took away from me what I love the most. So she then, one by one, it was honestly, I think I worded it in my review as 4 short stories.
Yes, that's a good way to describe it because it literally goes through how each man dies.
Yes.
And it's through this elk creature that comes back. It's like an entity of this elk. And she takes over people's bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But
she has her elk head.
She has an elk head, but sometimes she doesn't. I don't freaking know. It's like, and then, so I don't even know. It's so weird. And like, okay, so like the second guy dies, gets killed, whatever. But in the process, he thinks this elk woman is his wife, and then he thinks it's his coworker, and he does it by killing both of them and then killing himself. And the part where he kills his coworker by that gore. Mm-hmm. It's so much gore.
He like shoved her head into like
he took her hair and put it into the motorcycle spindles, and she got her hair caught in it, and he revved the engine, and she ripped her head or brain out. A lot. I
don't even know if I would like.
And then, wait. And then he still thinks it's his wife. So he goes and kills his wife. And then he pulls an elk baby out of her stomach.
So he didn't kill her.
Huh?
He didn't kill her.
Oh. No, she fell off the ladder.
She fell off the ladder, but he didn't catch her.
Right.
He saw it happening.
Just stood there.
And then he was like, oh, shit, she's dead. And then the elk calf, and then after that is when he died because he was like running back to the reservation.
Right.
I liked because that was Lewis.
Yes.
He liked
didn't kill
story.
himself. He got shot.
Yes. Oh, by the police.
Yep.
I liked his story the most because I think it was the longest.
Yes.
And after a while, like it took me a while. The author, in my opinion, everybody seemed to like this book. In my opinion, he did not do a good job in setting the scene. So like we're seeing him like in the beginning, the bar fight. And then he's running around in all these cars and elk are chasing him. Right. That's what I'm talking about. So all these guys are chasing him and then he's hiding under cars and then an elk shows up. It was very confusing. I get it. He couldn't like just come right out and tell us. So we're like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. But also the news articles, each of the men were like, I can see the article now. And it was like,
oh yeah, that was really random. It was just so weird.
I thought there was going to add up to something. And there was an article at the end, but it didn't like allude, not at the end, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was in the last one.
Yeah. It's like there's like an article before I know exactly what you're talking about. This one.
No, end.
The whole end.
Give me it.
But yeah, no, just it's very confusing, and I understand why everything is. It's like I wrote it down. I got the wording. It's like the tribes like relationship with nature and the world around them, and the whole idea that they went and killed a bunch of elk because they could, and like how yes I forgot about that. It's like how they went, because I think their tribe animal, spirit animal, is an actual elk.
So yeah, I was confused because I think I texted you this. I thought by the names that like maybe they were actually killing other people from like a different tribe, and they were like the elk tribe. So that way when they were saying they were killing elks, they were killing other people.
Oh,
so that was my like when before like I got to the end, that's where my mind went.
Interesting. I never thought of that, but no, I just think that like it was just like a whole thing of like learning the lesson, because at the end there's an elder man retelling this whole story to a bunch of kids, and it's kind of like a Native American story. You know how like there's, what are they called? They're like
lore.
Not lore. There's like specific tribe stories that I can't remember what it's called, but there's a specific word, and that he's telling them, and it's like people the like Native Americans tell these to teach younger children how to like live and like grow and like lessons, whatever. And I think the lesson is like
this could happen to you.
Nature, and like respecting your elders, respecting like rules, and like your tribe animal. This is whatever. It's just like a whole thing, and I liked that aspect of it. I liked that it was a culture learning experience for me, at least. But the whole horror aspect wasn't really scary.
I love Jordan Peele's movies, and I was excited because I bought this before we had decided to read it. It was like on like the BOGO for Barnes and Noble. So I had gotten it because I was like, ooh, a spooky like book. And then it was compared to Jordan Peele, and his movies are fantastic. So I was like, this book's going to be fantastic. That is not an accurate.
It's very not accurate. Well, I've never seen, but boy, oh boy, it's not.
You haven't
great.
seen Jordan Peele's movies?
Name one.
Us.
Oh yeah,
that's
this
a Jordan.
Is not anything like
and
that.
And then oh, what the hell is that movie? Where the white girl takes him home to her family.
Yeah.
That's the other Jordan Peele movie.
Not anything like that. Can confirm.
So like all of his stuff was so good and had so many like
it was very,
points to it.
They're like mind-boggling and stuff.
And this just wasn't. This confused me more than it boggled my mind.
Yeah, no, it boggled my mind by confusing the shit out of me because I had no freaking clue what was going on.
Yeah, I did not care for it.
Yeah, no. And like,
was very
the elk woman really scary? No.
And also, like, the little girl was playing basketball with her at the end. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it was just, and then, like, okay, also the fact that the cop, she kills the cop, he comes back alive, and then helps her get away from the elk woman, and then, like, how the high school kid was still alive and riding on a horse. Like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know. It was wild. I liked the aspect of learning about the culture, whatever. It's good. I think I wrote this down. What do you think if it wasn't a horror? Take story, same story. Frick the horror part.
No, I still think it would confuse me.
Okay, wait. You didn't let me finish it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the question. Sorry. Sorry.
What if it was a historical fiction or a fantasy book? Fuck the horror. Take the horror out. Take the gore of the horror out. And make it either historical fiction that focuses solely on Native American culture and this elk woman, and it being like that focus, or focusing on the elk woman being a mystical thing and have it be fantasy. You can have a little gore, a little killing, but have it be that way. Do you think it would be better?
When I agree and say yes, I mean like maybe a 3-star instead of a 2-star, because it still confused me.
Yeah, I agree.
And the writing style doesn't change when the genre changes. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it would have maybe been better, but I don't think it would have been like drastically better in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it would make my opinion sway a little bit because it just felt like, oh, scary. And I was really excited about this because, again, people were really excited about this on Book Instagram, and even the guy at Barnes & Noble was like, you're gonna love this book.
We gotta go back. And you held the door for that man.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, you shut it in his face.
Deserved it. He lied.
We're kidding. I'm
not. Anyway. wasn't very good. Whatever. I'm sure other people, we're just confused. It was a lot to process.
After I finished this book, I texted a screenshot of the synopsis to Jane. And I was like, does this sound good to you? And she said, yes. And I was like, okay, you can have it. Please don't give it back to me. So I just need to take a picture with it after like the podcast is done. And then she's getting it.
Yeah.
And if she gives it back to me, I'm going to hunt her down.
Yeah. This is for sure going to go in something in the future. From me to...
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Like a giveaway.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, a giveaway. We hated this book. Does anybody want it?
Or if you want to read with us, here you go. Yeah, no, it was
not for me.
not good.
Nope.
No.
So
the first book we've read on this podcast that was absolute shite.
Well, you didn't like Bathhouse.
Okay, this is worse than Bathhouse.
Oh yeah, it really
This was shite.
I bet I gave Bathhouse to Jane too.
Jane, here, have my shit books.
She asked about it. She said it sounded interesting. So I was like,
I think
you know what?
she'll like it. It's really, Bathhouse really, compared to this, Bathhouse was actually pretty freaking good.
Well, in compare, like, because I didn't like the ending. You liked the ending.
This.
No, Bathhouse.
Bathhouse, yes.
Bathhouse. I didn't like the ending. You liked the ending.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jane also is into very gory stuff.
Oh, she's
She's gonna love it.
Love it.
She loves horror and she loves gore. While I wouldn't consider this horror, definitely gory. It does fall under the gory
1,000% gory
category.
Yes,
but
if you can't stomach that, do not read
the
this
back
book.
of it. The back of it says one of 2020's buzziest horror novels.
False.
False.
Absolute false.
Absolute shite.
I'm gonna tell you, read Riley Sager or freaking Alex North. Read this book.
Whisperman.
Read this book over this. That shit's scary.
I was reading that at work.
Terrifying.
I was reading that at work and shaking.
Yeah, this is scary.
Okay.
This, no.
Okay, bring it back.
All right, Alex North, love you.
But so with that being said, shite. Do you want to explain?
Ow. Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah.
You all right?
Mm-hmm. I had it. I got it.
Okay.
Do I want to explain what?
Do you want to explain
it's absolute garbage.
what our next... This is your... Oh, that's my book.
No, mine's right here.
Do you want to explain what the next book we're going to do is?
Yeah, so we're going to pick from one of the 5 of the book of the months next month.
We don't know what we wanted to read because, as you can see before, we were not prepared. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to announce what book we're going to read when the book of the month announcements come out, whether we get one of the 5 book of the months, whether we get an add-on. We're going to get the same book and we're going to read it for November. So we will announce once we get that book and once we take a cute picture with it. We'll announce it with our boo. Oops, wrong side. I just see boo. Oop, there it is. Nope, wrong side. It's inverted, so I'm like, don't know what it is.
Books.
So we will take a picture and announce when that comes out because we
have backup ideas because last month was shite. Except for X-Tex. Woo! That was a good book. But Morgan wouldn't like that book, let me tell you. Not a Morgan book. So anyway. Yeah, so we'll let you guys know when it'll probably be first week in November.
I mean, yeah, because we'll know it's
probably
today? The 24th.
They'll probably
be
come
announced
out Friday.
Yeah.
Probably Friday. If
and then
not,
we'll have to get together to take a picture.
Yeah, which we can. Are we playing Phasmo on Halloween?
Yes. So I know you and Mike are busy tomorrow, but it's coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
And it starts, it's coming out for good, but they have the 2 new ghosts.
And the new map.
And the new outdoor map.
And then we're very nerdy when it comes to video games, and boy, Phasmophobia is the best.
Phasmo is very interesting.
That's what we're doing for Halloween because we're cool cats.
It's going to be great. I'd say check us out streaming it, but this isn't going to come out in time.
It could be.
You're going to announce it early?
I could drop it on the 31st. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, as like a psych. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we're discussing it, and then it's going to be dropped on the 30th.
Anyway.
That's okay.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to play Phasmo. But yeah, I can come over whenever. Even if it's after
I can
work.
come over, too. We can watch Bachelorette.
Or Masked Singer.
Or Masked Singer.
One.
Did you watch this week?
Yeah.
You did?
Did you read it?
Did I read what?
Did you watch it? Did you watch Wednesday's Masked Singer?
Yes.
So you saw who got a mess?
Yes.
Did you guess it right?
No. I didn't know he could sing.
I know, and in freaking another language. Hello, what?
Well, I think he's Hispanic.
Right, but oh boy, and he sounds so good.
He was singing, and then when they were like, "Do you want to say anything?" and then he said that quote, and Josh was fucking dying.
Did he guess it right?
No.
Who did you think it was? Mike, and I can tell you right now, Mike thought it was Will Ferrell.
I think I might have guessed Will Ferrell too.
I thought it was. Oh, I gotta grab my phone.
Was it Hamster?
Yeah.
Hamster. Okay, so you want to hear all my guesses?
Oh, you have a bunch for him?
Jack Black, Jason Segel, Will Ferrell. They gave SNL clues and they gave Avengers clues. This was the guy that apparently was like,
who the frick is that?
a part of the Avengers. I don't know where that clue came in.
Yeah, that's you wanna know what? I guessed I can tell you who I guessed because it
wasn't
part of
him.
The Avengers. It was not him. It was
Right there.
Paul Rudd.
Okay.
I guess Paul Rudd because I was just like, okay, Avengers.
So for the record, if anybody,
and I think Paul Rudd was on SNL, but anyway.
I feel like a lot of people go on SNL.
Yeah,
like
so
a lot of famous
I don't know,
people go
but
on
anyway.
SNL. So we're talking about The Masked Singer. We're just going all over the place. Let's
It's
close
fine.
it out really quick.
No
more notes.
No plan.
We're talking about The Masked Singer, and if you watch The Masked Singer, maybe skip ahead like 30 seconds, but the hamster got unmasked.
Yes.
And it was Rob fucking Schneider.
Yeah.
How
so good.
cool.
Yeah.
He can sing so
I know,
good.
that blew my mind. I was like, wow, this is so good. That makes me excited to see who else is on. Also, what did you think of the Jester?
I texted my friend Kristen, and I was like, who do you think it is? And she's like, someone of my worst nightmares. Because she was terrible. I think the Jester is Adam Sandler.
Ooh, interesting. I have no fucking
Now
clue.
we're going on a tangent.
I have no clue who it is, but yeah,
it was terrifying.
He's really into that show, so and like
we can come over and watch that instead of Bachelorette,
Yeah,
or we can come over and watch both.
I mean, we're gonna be there until freaking midnight.
Huh?
Really?
Watching both.
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
Well, we could come over. We could talk about this after
Yeah,
the
but
podcast. We don't have to
anyway.
discuss our plans here. So, lastly, she explained the book that we're gonna have it announced that we're gonna do next month. And then as like an idea, so for this one's gonna be uploaded November 1st. This one that we're doing.
Or 31st.
Okay. November though.
Right, yeah.
So we're gonna record in November, whatever our book of the month pick is. We're gonna record in December, and we're not gonna choose a book for December. We're gonna talk about our top 5 books of 2021.
Yeah, and we can go super into them. Hopefully.
Yes. Okay, I'll read Finlay, Donovan before that. So if you guys want to try and get your ideas for what your top 5 books are and go along with us, you know what we could potentially do? We could see if we could go live.
Yeah, that'd be
while
fun.
we get to that point on our Bookstagram.
Ooh.
And like talk with people if you want to get on. So we'll figure that out.
That'd be fun.
What the process is going to be, what time, date, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But start thinking about what your top 5 books are for 2021. Maybe they'll be the same as ours. Maybe we'll disagree. It'll be nice to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So that might be a cool idea.
I like that. We should totally do that because then people can like comment their favorite books and we can talk.
And we can talk about if we've read them or not.
Yeah.
And then like it'll be a longer podcast for sure. But we're not going to be talking about
we're not going to go into a book because we're going to solely talk about what we read.
Yeah, we're not going to read a book for December, January.
Yeah.
So lastly, our Bookstagrammer of the month. We both love this person very much. She just recently she took a hiatus from Bookstagram to work on her mental health, which props to you. If
everybody needs to take a break.
Take breaks. But we are going to welcome her back with this beautiful shout out. Yeah. So go follow Liv's Book Club. Right?
Yeah. LIVS
Book Club. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to check. We love her. We
love
Liv.
Liv. We love Liv. We got to get together with her.
It's Liv, LIVS.book.club.
Liv's Book Club.
On Book Instagram. The queen.
You can't see shite with that.
Liv.
There you go. We love Liv. We're giving her a nice little welcome back.
Yeah.
Go to her page. Welcome her back to Bookstagram. She had to take a hiatus to work on herself, and we love that. We support that.
Yeah.
We love Liv. We're bringing her back.
And freaking text us when you watch Bachelorette, you wiener. God dang it.
I sent her the
slideshow.
The slideshow, and I was like, or no, I didn't. I texted her and I was like, if you want this to watch with your dad, I'm sure your dad would love it.
We love this because Morgan, Liv, and I have a three-way group message, and we literally text each other while we're watching Bachelorette. It's the best.
Yeah, and I made a slideshow.
It's amazing. I love it. It's the best thing ever.
I usually do a spreadsheet, but this Bachelorette season, I had to do a slideshow, and
it's everything.
It's great.
It's
I have
everything.
To update it with.
If you want one, a copy, let me
know. I will literally
DM.
Send it. DM the podcast account. DM me on my personal.
Yeah.
Bookmores.
And if you have any opinions on the men, tell us because we love talking Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Okay? Before we end. Okay. Also, congratulations, Liv. We love you.
Yes, we love Liv.
Okay.
Shout out Liv.
Who's your favorite man right now?
Joe.
Oh,
the guy that she knows from Minneapolis.
My favorite is
say it's Nate.
No.
Oh.
I think Nate's gonna be a bad guy. I like Jamie with the weird eyebrows and he's got weird facial expressions. I like him.
No.
You know who I really like, and I'm really sad that she didn't pick him. I freaking love Clayton. How adorable is Clayton? We probably should end this, huh?
You just told every
spoilers. People know.
Oh my fucking god.
Whatever.
We start a podcast about books and she spoils Bachelorette. I'm sorry,
Surprise.
guys. Looking for a new co-host. Still.
Whatever. Everybody
DM
knew.
me.
Everybody knew.
DM
it's
me.
not like people didn't know. I think everybody who watches Bachelor and is super into Bachelorette knew. They knew. I'll cut this out.
I'm pissed off at you that you like Jamie. Are you fucking serious?
Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm glad that you're here. Don't read the book we read this month. We're looking for a new co-host because Morgan's dying.
Still looking for a new oh god, look at my fucking hair. Still looking for a new co-host.
Thank you, guys. We love you all for watching.
And catch us next time on
Boozed and Reviewed. Happy Halloween, guys.
Yay.